This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Well, joining us today is Mark Sale, the CEO of First Class Metals. Thank you very much for your time today, Mark. How are you?
I'm generally good, Mark. If I'm honest, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning for me because I'm still on Vancouver time. But getting there.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us so soon after your trip. We'll get an update on what that was like in a moment, but I want to address something that's obviously on a lot of people's minds at the moment. There's been two TR1 announcements to where it's basically gone from a decent percentage down to effectively zero, and of course the share price is reacting pretty badly to that, and it seems like there's some concern amongst investors there that something perhaps is going on and there's a reason why these TR1s have indeed sold. Do you know any more about these TR1 holders and perhaps what's going on here?
I know more than I can say in the public domain, Mark, but what I can say is that there's no reason for anyone to be concerned. In fact, people should see this as a buying opportunity, in my opinion. The TR1s are quite easily explained. One was a significant shareholder has moved his holdings from one nominee company to another one. So there was no sales actually took place. It was just a transfer. The second one was somebody had to liquidate their stock. Regrettably, we're still on very good terms with that person, and I've no doubt when their atmosphere is right, they will come back in. So there's no reason for being concerned. As I say, one was just a straight share swap, and the other one was, yes, they had to liquidate their holdings.
Okay, so one was a straight share swap, so nothing was actually sold there. The other one, he's had to do it for whatever reasons, but you're confident he might come back when he can?
Yes, I know the person well. They've followed me for a few companies now, and yes, I'm quite confident that when they are able to, they'll come back in. Okay,
and so you're on good terms with that person?
Oh, absolutely. I was swapping texts with them from Vancouver Airport yesterday, to be honest.
Okay, well, it is what it is. Nothing to be concerned of, as you're saying there. I mean, do you think there's some fear in the market that maybe some kind of placing is going to be imminently announced or something, or anything you can perhaps say to calm investors' nerves who might be a little bit concerned at the moment?
Well, I certainly don't think anyone should be concerned about the two TR1s. The markets are generally bad. Yes, as a small exploration company, you're always wanting money if somebody offers it to you. Of course you are. And we've got a lot of things we want to do. I think it's going to be a very active field season for us when it starts, in April, one would hope. We've got PDAC to get to first. We've got a booth at PDAC, so I'll recover from Vancouver and then get on to PDAC. I want to put out news on, obviously, Zigzag when we get the results from the core drilling that we did there, which visually is really encouraging. I'm also waiting the final results from the soil sampling at ESSA, and, of course, we've got all the results back now from the stripping at Sunbeam. So there's a little bit of news flow to come, even during this inactive sort of non-field season.
Okay, so there's a fair bit of news to come there across 3 projects there effectively. So that's nice to hear. They expected sort of within Q1?
Yes. I'll be putting the Zigzag results out, I hope, for in time for PDAC.
In time for PDAC, okay, yeah. Fantastic.
They're all in the lab now, so they should start trickling back. I probably won't release them piecemeal. I'll just wait till we've got them all back together. Okay,
and then will that form some of these results that are coming out? You've got the soil sampling from ESSA as well, and you said, I can't remember, something from Sunbeam, but this will help.
The stripping.
The stripping, indeed. Will that help form the next steps then for, let's say, Q2 or the rest of the year?
Yes, it will. Yeah, there'll be follow-up work at Zigzag, definitely. There'll be more work to do at Sunbeam. And then at the moment, we're assessing North Hemlow. We've got the permit to do the stripping there, which would be the obvious next stage. And as you're aware, we've got that 19-gram sample at North Hemlow, which is just crying to be stripped and drilled.
Okay, and you mentioned April to be back in the field, so things are getting everything nice and ready for the active field season. So another active field season over for First Class, hopefully.
Yes, and I would like to think another field season that contains drilling.
Excellent. Good to hear. Bit of an update, if we can, Mark. You know, you said you were in Vancouver. That was at the VRIC conference there, and you're going to PDAC. It's the time of year where there's lots of these mining conferences going on. So generally, I mean, there's two questions here. What's your objective from going to these events? And also, what are you picking up from people who are there, the general vibe, and people coming to visit your stand?
We had a lot of interest at VRAC. We had a booth there. We had some zigzag core there. Unfortunately, I couldn't tell people what the results were because we didn't have it. But we had a very nice selection of rocks and core. A lot of people came to the booth. It was quite busy the first day. The second day wasn't as busy, but then they changed the schedule. And the Monday overlapped with the first day of Roundup. So there was a distinct drop in the attendance on the Monday. I spent a day at Roundup, walking around, talking to people, and there's a lot of interest being shown on our zigzag property. There really is. But then, you know, some of the stalwarts of gold exploration, they're not interested in lithium, and they wanted to talk to me more about North Hemlo and Sunbeam.
Okay. And what is it you want to get out of these conferences? Is it to spread the message, to attract interest from other operators?
Yes, it's both of those really, Mark, to spread the message. And it's just such a difference actually meeting people face to face again to talk about things. Zoom's okay, but to sit down over a table, across a table, with a rock in front of you and a cup of coffee and just eyes to eye and discuss things, I feel that you get a lot more out of that body language, and you build the rapport, you build the relationship.
Right. Okay. Good. So to get a summary from you, Mark, then we're not to be too concerned about the TR1. The share price is it is what it is, but hopefully that starts to recover at some point. But in terms of what's going on with First Class, you're awaiting those results there, and you'll be getting some further news out to market on those results, and then presumably future plans of what you're going to do.
Exactly. That's a very good summation of the situation. I can't add anything to that, Mark.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time today. Mark Sale, the CEO of First Class Metals.
Thanks, Mark. You have a good one.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.